Hi everyone, welcome to the Tapping Circle. So glad to have you back. So glad to be here with you, to be here for you, to feel your love and support, and to be love and support with you, for each other. That's what we're all here for, helping each other get through this life and the twists and turns and the pains and the excitements. So thank you for showing up and doing your inner work. This is where the juice is. Taking care of you helps you take care of everything else in your life. And putting those deep inner needs first means that you have a lot more to give and from a much more stable place. So thank you for making this a priority. We have a beautiful circle in store tonight. We have a powerful theme and we have powerful people here to demonstrate the art of tapping. So welcome to the circle. Tonight's theme is resolving that inner conflict that comes with perfectionism and this sort of mind thought about the hows and the whens and the wheres and the shoulds and all of that inner judgment, the whole head that gets on top of how your life is supposed to be, how your projects are supposed to go, how your relationships are supposed to go. And so we get into this fight and struggle inside of ourselves, and a lot of it's around our expectations versus where we're actually at. And when we judge ourselves against in a perfect standard, which we're constantly being pitted against in the media, we're being shown bodies that have been photoshopped into beyond recognition, even by the people who have those bodies. We're being put up against impossible standards. We all have Facebook pages that may not really reflect the full experience that we're having, but only the shiniest, best sides of ourselves, right? So there's this idea of how things should be that we're constantly feeding in the world and being told that we should. And then there's the actual experience of what's going on inside of us. And sometimes there's a huge gap. And that gap, as we relax and close the gap and empty and surrender and trust and rebuild our consciousness in a more compassionate way, we actually get through to where we were wanting to go with all that struggle and judgment and perfectionism a lot faster. You're actually going to end up in a safe place, ready to bring what you came here to bring, feeling secure, having made it through the prickles and the scary zones a lot faster if you'll get inside yourself and look at what you've been doing to yourself and clean out that self-talk and surrender to what is. And I know that sounds counterintuitive, like surrender to what is, but what about achieving my goals? And it's like, well, it's going to be a mix. You're going to make a goal, you're going to aim high, you're going to ask for guidance, you're going to tap your fears and insecurities away, you're going to readjust what's actually happening versus what your expectation is, and surrender to the process, which is going to give you patience and endurance and grace. It's actually going to modify things if you let it, so that things come out even better than you had expected at the beginning, as you're being refined by the process itself. So this tap will probably be filed under peak performance for people who are working in being able to do things at the next level. And this is a really important step in that journey. So let's say hello to our noble, brave, tried and true practitioners. Let's start with Jennifer this evening. Welcome, Jennifer. Let us know where you're logging in from for the circle tonight.
Hi, everyone. Jennifer here, logging in from Santa Monica. Great topic, Sonya. And I feel just in my own personal journey, the way perfectionism has showed up in my life is always like pushing for that next goal. And I've always been very goal-oriented and very motivated. And part of that is definitely aligned by a deep resonance to what my soul wants to bring on this earth. But there's also part of it that I've that I've pushed myself with to the point where I'm exhausted and trying to, prove something to myself. And that's where I feel the perfectionism comes in. When I'm trying to prove something to myself or to the world, that's when I'm actually pushing myself too much, and that's when I get exhausted. So even just in the past few weeks, I've recognized that in myself because I was having adrenal fatigue from taking on too much, and recognizing at a very deep level the reason why I was taking on so much is because I was actually, wanting to achieve something. But in truth, through tapping, I realized, just working on this topic alone, I realized that I actually have everything that I need right here in this moment, and everything that wants to come through me is much more enjoyed if I do it from that place of feeling at ease in my body and in my health. So just having that realization through tapping has helped me just be cool with where I'm at and let things come naturally rather than pushing. So thanks, Sonya. Looking forward to go a little deeper on this one too.
You're welcome. Hi, Kirsten. Welcome back. Glad to see you. You look beautiful in red tonight.
Hey, Sonya. It's great to be here. Logging in from Davis, California, and what's coming to mind with this particular topic is the idea of kind of working with that really self-critical voice that can be in our heads. I found that for me and a lot of the clients that I work with who are really critical of themselves, it's usually from the actual voice of one of their parents or someone who raised them, with all good intentions of criticizing, often as a way of helping somebody do better. And in actuality, when we criticize ourselves, it doesn't actually often bring us closer to that peak performance. It actually keeps us from getting to that place. And if anyone here has had a parent who was really critical of them, then it's very easy to just take on that voice and continue that cycle of criticizing yourself, being hard on yourself, and in some way there is that intention of, oh, that's going to make me better. But really it just leads to a lot of unhappiness, feelings of never being enough, and can actually hold us back from achieving all that we're here to do. So I'm happy to be tapping on that.
Yay. Thank you, Kirsten. Thank you very much. Hi, Harry.
Hi, Sonya. Hi, everyone. Nice to be here again. I really resonated with what Kirsten was just talking about, actually, and particularly seeing that through clients that I worked with as well, that idea of perfectionism almost as being a kind of lineage, because if you have parents who are perfectionists, or even just a kind of stressful household where it feels like you need to stay in line or do things right in order to keep harmony happening in the home, that it can be really easy to start to create that pattern throughout the rest of your life as well. The way that this was landing for me was I'm taking on this project recently of doing a lot of remodeling on a house, and I don't know what I'm doing. There's so many jobs as part of that. I have no idea how to do it. I have to ask other people for help. I have to research YouTube stuff, find guidance about how to do all of these things. But the thing that, the truth of it is that finished is so much better than perfect. Just getting it done, getting the job done is so much better than having it exactly how you envisioned or imagined it. It feels so much better. It's a bigger sense of achievement, I think, just to be able to finish things. So that's where I'm coming from with this one, especially on my DIY project.
Yay. Thank you, Harry. Hi, sweetheart. How are you doing tonight? Come on in.
Hi, Sonya. Hi, everyone. This is Erin. I'm calling in from Austin, Texas. I love tonight's topic, Sonya. Thank you. And Harry, what you just said about growing up in an environment, it's like for me, this topic really brings up trust, and trusting that however I think things should be, that actually I am connected and I can trust that it's going to be so much better than I ever imagined, and that my job is to go with the changes and to allow the movement and to, just continuously check in with myself and focus on myself and trusting that everything is going to be beautiful. And tapping sure helps that.
Yeah, it does. Thank you, Erin. All right, so this is a moment. I see a lot of highs and yes, yes, yeses, and people in the chat saying this is resonant. This is a moment for you to say hello and where you're logging in from, so you can see the shape of our room here. And it's super exciting to see the circle growing. I'm so happy, and happy Thanksgiving to our Canadian friends. Salil, I didn't think you were going to be here. It's like, I can't be at Circle, it's Thanksgiving, but here you are, so thank you. I heard from Snazzy yesterday, and I thought Thanksgiving there was yesterday. So happy Thanksgiving, Canadians. And happy to see all of you here, back with us. Era was saying, for me, this lands is patience, realizing it's a process, it's unreasonable and aggravating to expect perfection now. Remember, I'm unfolding into love, more and that at the moment. And Arrow, I have to remember that. You can talk to my team. I have to remember that almost every day. And I had a little cry today, just for a few seconds, over where I'm at versus where I think I should be, and then just being like, hey, we're doing great. It's okay. And I did grow up with a mother who was very perfectionistic, and the upside is that I learned about excellence and always to strive for excellence. The downside was it was never good enough. And sadly, before I learned tapping, I passed that pattern on to my daughter, cleaned it up halfway through her teenagehood, but had to really work hard on giving her a sense of being good enough. I had no idea that I had become a critical mother. I didn't mean to be. I thought I was just teaching her how to be, and that's exactly what my mom thought she did to me, was teaching me to strive for excellence and to have lofty goals and to reach. And so there's a balance there for all of us. Yay, everyone. San Francisco, welcome. Mary, Elle from Maryland. And let's see, A. Somerset from San Francisco, Roseville, California, Marina Del Rey. Hi, Angela. Diana from Salt Lake City. It's been a while. Good to see you here. Celeste, Ruby Tuesday. She's named my outfit. Thank you, Celeste. I'm always curious. I like that one. Mateo from Acasanti, Arizona. Kinsia. I'm going to get it right someday, honey. New York City. So, hi, everyone. Hi, Brooke. All right. Glad everybody's here. We're going to start going into the core causes questions now. So for those of you who haven't done this process, because there's always a few new people, what we do is on the right-hand side of the screen, you can see a little megaphone. It says pop-ins. If you click that link, there's going to be a button there that says Get Started. That'll take you to a live survey where we're going to ask you some questions. This information doesn't get attached to your name. It's really a questionnaire for you to understand yourself and for us to get kind of an idea of what we're working with in general tonight. But mostly, it's to scrape stuff up from your subconscious and help you start processing right off the bat. So opening up those file folders, dumping it out, and saying, what happened here? Where did this come from? Where did this start? In an effort to get you to get underneath the issue that's presenting and tap at a deeper level right from the beginning. Now, you could just tap on the sensations you're having and slowly drop down, but we can also ask a bunch of questions and get right to the root and start there and then tap our way up. And you'll find that if you get it at the root, the stuff at the top is way less of a big deal by the time you get to it, and you've cleared a lot more than you thought you were when you were just tapping on something small and trivial. Okay? So the other way you can do this, if you don't have access because you're listening on a phone or watching on a phone and you can't use that button, you can do a screen share watch the screen share that Jennifer will be scrolling slowly up. Take notes on a little piece of paper. And remember that if you can click and check the little boxes and tap at the same time, that's a good idea. And if not, we'll just start tapping in a minute afterwards. So you've got 5 minutes to answer these questions, and we'll be right back. And the mic gets set, go. Okay, please hit submit. And we're going to look at the results together. And how's the sound now? I noticed that there were some people commenting on sound issues at the beginning. Is it okay? All right. We are going to look here and see what we've got. So 25% are working on relationship issues, 12% on transition and change, 29% on peak performance, taking the theme of the evening. Everybody else is working on other things, couple money. What are the negative feelings associated with your issue? 48% fear, 64% anxiety, 56% overwhelm, 56% exhaustion. This is a moment where you can just start tapping the middle of the chest and breathing. 28% embarrassment. I'm just kind of skipping through these. 40% feelings of broken. 20% misunderstood. 28% disconnected. 40% feeling deceitful. No, not deceitful. There's the one above that. Broken, which is on there twice. Thank you, Kyle, for letting us know. We'll fix that. What's your negative self-talk about this issue? 50% or 56% saying I'm not good enough. 52% feeling they don't have what it takes. Fears of failure. 48% regrets. I should have done this. Feelings of not having enough help. Feelings of things being unfair. Fear I will lose love. Feelings of it being too hard. Feelings of being a burden. Wanting to give up, not wanting to think about it, feeling stuck. So looking at the color, what, oh, I'm sorry, what, Jennifer's like, no, right here. What does your culture say about this? Okay, just picking a few things. Feelings of, I brought this on myself, you're a disappointment, act like a girl, you're weird, conflicting messages, you can't do everything, but you must do everything perfectly. It's really simple, why do you have to make such a big deal about it? You have to get a real job, you should already overcome this, grow up, you're not doing enough, you should have figured it out by now, poor baby. Okay. Grass is always greener, it should be easy, it's your fault, you're different and weird, give it up. Okay, if your issue had a color, what would that be? A lot of people saying red. So the reason I ask you this is you can kind of see how you're holding it energetically. Red is often anger. Even if you don't realize you're angry, your body is showing you just by visualizing this color for your issue that, hey, you got anger. If you hold anger in your body over a long period of time, it can lead to inflammation, right? Inflammation makes us sick over a long period of time. When did this issue first start? People saying before I was born, my entire life, ages 10 to 12, others in the middle of my adult life. Who do you hold responsible or blame for your issues? A lot of people, 37.5% blaming themselves, 25% blaming mom, 8% blaming dad, 4% saying somebody who took care of me or raised me, society. Only one person's blaming the aliens. Okay? Who in your family modeled similar attitudes and feelings? Mom at a 39%, father at 21%, multiple people who raised me, 30%. Where do you feel this in your body? 43% say stomach. So when you look at where you feel it in your body, you're also seeing what chakra that might be related to. Stomach is solar plexus, which is will, personal power. So that's a lot about related to the topic that we're working on tonight. If your issue had a texture, what would that be? Most people are reporting heavy and sharp. What benefit do you think you're receiving by holding on to the issue? So this is where you kind of bust yourself because people are always doing what they think is best for them all the time, even if their logic is skewed, even if they don't have all the facts, even if they're looking from a skewed angle or a judgment they made at a very early age when that was the truth, and it might still be running your life now. But generally speaking, you really dig down, you'll find that you're doing it for one of these reasons. Usually it's around protection or self-punishment, which if you look at that again, you might be trying to teach yourself a lesson, which is also another form of protection, trying to keep yourself from doing the same thing again. Rate the intensity of your issue. Nothing below a 5, with most people logging in an 8, 9, and 10. Okay, let's go. Massaging the front of your chest. Feeling around and see if you can find that sore spot in the front of your chest. Okay, so drop into your collarbones, scoot down to here, and press around and see if you can find where it's sore in the front of your chest. And give yourself a deep cleansing breath. Nice, open jaw, nosy sigh. Let's try it again, because that's going to help release energy. And you can see Kirsten there on the screen is already starting to release just by breathing and massaging these points. Deep breath. Okay, so when I say this issue, you're going to fill in the blank with exactly the specific issue you're talking about. Don't try to do your whole life at once, okay? Pick this one topic and stay with it, and it may lead you into some other branches, but generally you'll still be on this topic while we talk this evening. Even though I have this issue, I'm open to loving and accepting myself. Okay, tapping the eyebrows. Even though I have this issue, say your issue again. And tap the temples. I'm open to loving and accepting myself. Big, deep breath. Tap the cheeks. This issue, say your issue again. Tap into your nose. I feel really what about this issue? What's the main negative feeling you feel about it? Is it anxious? Tap under the lips. Part of me feels really, say the same feeling again. Tap your chest, say it 4 or 5 times. Part of me feels really, say it again. Big breath, say it 4 or 5 more times while you tap your chest. Okay, tapping down the front of the ribcage. Part of me feels really what? Big deep breath. On the side of the ribs. This feeling, say the feeling again, please. Big noisy breath, big deep sigh. And inside of the list. This feeling. Up the side of the thumb. I love and respect myself, even though a part of me feels really, say this feeling again, please. Up the index finger. I accept the part of me that feels what about what? Big deep breath, and just open your heart to that part of yourself that's suffering right now. The same way you would open your heart to a friend or an animal that is struggling and suffering, up your middle finger. This suffering part of me. I'm open to having compassion for this. And tap the bottom of your fourth finger. I've been really hard on myself about this. Tap your little finger. I've been really hard on myself about this. And tap the side of the hand. I love and respect myself, even if part of me continues to struggle with feelings of what? And tap the top of the head. I forgive myself for getting so wound up and stressed out. Up the sides of the head, behind the ears, and the back of the head. This wound up, stressed out feeling that I feel. Tap your eyebrows in my where. Where do you feel it in your body? And just breathe some love as you tap your temples into that side of your body, that part of your body. Nice big breath. Tap your cheeks. I'm open to loving and respecting myself. Tap under the nose. Even though a part of me keeps struggling. Tap under the ribs and breathe. I deeply and completely accept myself. Tap the chest. Even with this struggle. Beautiful. Tap the front of the ribs. I accept a part of me that's been feeling what about this? Maybe it's that same feeling, maybe you have a different feeling that's coming up. And tap the side of the ribs. It's safe for me to examine what's been going on here. Say that again. It's safe for me to examine what's been going on here. Good. Tap the inside of the wrist. I love and respect myself, even though I've been so critical. Big breath. Tap the side of the thumb. I just want to get it right. Oh. I just want to get it right. Oh yeah, I just want to get it right. Big breath. I know. Tap your middle finger. I've got to do it right the first time. Right off the bat. Tap the bottom of the fourth finger. I've got to do it right. Tap the little finger. I've got to get this right. Can you chant that for a second? Why would we be chanting such a intense and possibly negative thing? Because it opens up the folder in your brain that's been running this program. Okay, and as we're saying it, we're actually reading what the file says and putting empathy there because we're tapping and we're doing it in a loving way. We're not actually beating ourselves up. We're actually saying, wow, I've been telling myself, insisting, get it right, get it done. Okay, I've got to do it right. Big breath. I'm tapping the top of the head, and the sides of the head. Where did I pick up the idea that I have to do it right? I have to do it fast. It's got to be perfect. Who taught me this? I learned this from, you can say who or where. Maybe it's your culture because you're in this culture. It's likely you picked it up from your culture, but you could have picked it up from your father, your mother. Tap your cheeks. I picked this up from, say it again. Tap under the nose. It's okay that I picked this up. Tap under the lips. It seemed like it was supposed to help me. This information was supposed to help me achieve my dreams. Tap the chest. This pressure was supposed to help me achieve my dreams. Or their dreams. Or God's dreams for me. Okay? Tap the front of the ribs. I love and respect myself. Exactly as I am. Tap the side of the ribs. See if you can say that with a bit more enthusiasm and like you really mean it for a second. I love and accept myself exactly as I am. Big, noisy breath. Tap the inside of your wrist. Just think about what that means, to love and accept yourself exactly as you are, even while you're maybe floundering or struggling in this area on this subject. Is it okay for me to accept where I'm at right now? Listen for an answer. Is it okay for me to accept for 2 minutes where I'm at right now? Let's try it and find out. What if I could accept right where I'm at with this and say what it is we're talking about here for the next few minutes? Big breath. Tap your middle finger. This is where I'm at. It's challenging. I'm not sure if I'm doing it right. At the bottom of the fourth finger. Part of me thinks I have to do it perfectly. Tap your little finger. Part of me puts a lot of pressure on myself. Tap the side of the hand. I'm open to loving and accepting myself, even with this pressure, right where I am. Big breath. Thinking again about where you are in this particular area on this topic. Here's where I'm at. Can you describe it for 30 seconds? Here's where I'm at. Just like spill the beans. Ready? And you mark it, set, go. Here's where I am at with my alone. Keep going. Describe it. Just blurt it all out. Tap the top of your head and add to that. And you know, the part that really gets me is, and say that part, the part that's totally the most frustrating, upsetting, irritating, scary, whatever it is for you, part of this. Up in your head, sides of your head, in the back of your head. Tap your eyebrows, big noisy sigh. And tap your temples. Even with all that, I'm open to loving and accepting myself. And looking me straight in the eye and just be like, yeah, throwing down the love for myself. There it is. Good job. It's feisty. Strong. Tap your cheeks. I love and respect myself. Even if this is exactly where I am. Tap into the nose. Big breath. Tap into the lips. It's okay to accept that this is where I'm at. Tap the chest. Even if I'm panicked, that by accepting it, I will never do better. Part of me is panicked that if I accept who I am, I'll never do better. Let's say that a few times. It's getting a lot of burps out of our practitioners. That means you are probably burping there at home along with us. Since they are little guinea pigs, thank you guys so much. Tap the front of the ribs. I'm afraid if I accept this, I'll never do better. Tap the side of the ribs. I love and respect myself. Even though part of me is so frustrated. Big breath. Okay. I love and respect myself exactly as I am. At the side of the thumb, even if I accept this. I can't accept this. If I accept this, I'll never do better. Tune into that part of you that really believes that and see how true that feels now. Does it feel less true? Starting to fade a little bit? Tap your middle finger. I'm allowing myself to release this old conditioning. What conditioning are we talking about for you? What's the belief behind this issue? Word it out. Part of me believes what? This will not be a positive belief. This will probably be a very stressful belief. Yeah? Tap the bottom of your fourth finger. Let's say it again. Part of me believes. Tap your little finger. Part of me believes. Say it again. Tap the side of your hand. I'm open to loving and accepting myself, even if a part of me believes this. Tap the top of the head. And I picked this belief up from here. Whose belief is this originally? Tap the eyebrows. This is a belief that I inherited from who? Tap the side of the temples and the cheeks. I inherited this old belief from, say it again. And tap into the nose. It's okay. Tap into the lips. I accept the part of me that inherited this belief from, tap your chest. I'm releasing this belief that I picked up from, say it again. And where did this person or this group pick up that belief? Tap the front of the ribs. This belief originally came from where? Track it as far back as you can. Tap the side of the ribs. Big noisy breath. Tap the inside of the wrist. I love and respect myself, even with this outdated belief that I inherited through generations. Up the side of the thumb. I'm releasing this old belief. Say the belief again. Describe it. Up the index finger. Even if a part of me still holds it dear. Up the middle finger. This part of me that's still holding on to this in an effort to protect or improve myself. At the bottom of the fourth finger. Part of me is trying to protect me and improve me. Tap the little finger. I'm afraid if I let this go, what bad thing are you afraid of if you let this old belief that's been running your life and running you around go? Tap the side of your hand. I'm afraid that what will happen? You say that 3 or 4 times. I'm afraid of what? At the top of the head, it's okay. I love and respect myself. At the sides of the head and the back of the head. You're doing great. Even with this scary thing that could happen, if I let go of this deep belief, tap your cheeks, that I inherited from who? Tap under the nose and breathe. I'm open to releasing this belief that no longer serves my life. Have the trust, even if part of me is afraid of what happened as a result. Helping the front of the ribs. I love and respect myself, even though I'm afraid. Say again what you're afraid of. At the side of the ribs. And if that happens, what would happen? If this bad thing happens, it will lead to another bad thing, right? What's the next bad thing? Really? Then tap the inside of the wrist, and then what would happen? Big breath. Tap the side of the thumb, and then what would happen? Tap your index finger, and then what would happen as a result? Have you gotten to the point where it's like, and then I'll die? Yeah. Okay? Tap your middle finger. And then what will happen after you just roll over and die because of this? Keep breathing. And then what will happen? Now, you've gotten to the point where then you gently surrender and you keep moving and learning and growing. Tap your little finger. I'm allowing myself to get to that point a lot faster now. Elle says yes. Tap the side of your hand. I'm letting this be easier than I thought. I don't have to wait all that time and go through all that just to get to the surrendered, humble, letting go part. Right? This is going to save you so much wear and tear. You don't even have to wait till the next life. Awesome. Okay. Let's have a check-in. So that means that if you have the chat function, you're going to go over here and put what your number was at the beginning and where it is now. So maybe it was a 10, and you're going to write 10 dash. Maybe it's an 8. Maybe it's a 2. I just want to see where you're at. And I'd love for you, if you're not chatting with us because you're watching on replay or you're using your phone, you need to think about how intense your issue is now and where it was at the beginning, and ask yourself, what's still here for me? And I want you just to accept whatever is still there, including the number of intensity. So Jennifer says she's gone from an 8 to a 5, Kirsten a 6 to a 5, Angela a 10 to an 8. Good. Dahil, half off almost, 9 to a 5. Beautiful. Harry, 8 to a 5. Diana, 8 to a 5. Emily, a 9 to a 7. Kylie, a 7, 5. L, 5, 4, lots of yelling and burping. Good. Maggie, 8 to a 4. Arrow, 9 to a 7. Beautiful. I'm so glad you're doing this, Arrow. You keep showing up. That's awesome. Lindsay, a 10 to an 8. Good. Isabella, an 8 to a 5. Mateo, 9 to a 6. Syria, 9 to a 7. Brooke, 10 to a 6. Miguela, 6 to a 3. Kyle, a 7 to a 6. I'm almost nodding off. I call that swimming through peanut butter. Kyle, you might want to stand up while you do this. It's just you're going deep, and it's a thick old pattern, but you're whacking it down. Hang in there. Anthony, 8 to a 5. You guys are doing so well. We're flying. Aaron, 8 to a 7. Resistant to change, moving to trusting power and change. Hannah, 7 to a 5. Letting go of resistance and discovering deeper fears under the surface. Yes. Lindsay, 10 to an 8. Sorrel, a 10 to a 6. Mary, a 9 to an 8. Okay. Carolyn, 9 to an 8. Art, 7 to a 4. I'm glad you're hanging in there, Art. I know you've had some technical difficulties tonight. Celeste is steady at a 10. Okay, that's intense, sweetheart. I'd like you just to accept what you're feeling and tell yourself it doesn't have to change. Evan, an 8 to a 6. Beautiful. Most everyone's getting a lot of traction on the issue. Now, what I just told Celeste is what would be good for maybe Kyle as well, but really anytime any of you are having an issue that's not really moving much, you want to back off the positive and just hang out with the negative and tell yourself it's okay that you feel this way, it doesn't have to change, it's understandable why you feel this way, it's okay if you take it to your grave. I know that sounds weird, but I promise you it'll release your brain and release the energy trapped in your body about this issue. Regina, a 9 to an 8. Good. Michelle, a 9 to a 6. Okay, so massaging the chest. Let's just start here again. Even though I rate this as, and then say what number or what intensity it is for you. I love and accept myself. And just let yourself accept that it's that intense still for you. And where do you feel this intensity in your body? I feel this in my where. Physically, where do you feel? Say that 3 or 4 times. I feel this. Big noisy breath, big deep sigh. Tap the eyebrows. I feel this. Say it again. Tapping the temples. I accept the part of me that feels this here. Tap the cheeks. I accept the part of me that wants to hold on to this. Tap into the nose. I want to hold on to it because, say why. First thing that comes up, it may not even make sense to you. Say it again. I want to hold on to this because maybe it's the same thing, maybe it's a new thing. When you say this 4 or 5 times, maybe you have a different answer, maybe it's the same answer. I want to hold on to this because, let it out. Tap the front of the ribs, let's say it again. Holding on to this because. Side of the ribs, I want to hold on to this because. Inside of the wrist, I want to hold on to this because, say it again. Tap the side of the hand. One more time with feeling. I want to hold on to this because why? Tap the index finger. And I don't have to change my mind about this. Say it with some attitude, kind of, I don't have to change my mind about this. Tap the middle finger. I can hold on to this for the rest of my life if I want to. Ready? And you can't make me. You can go ahead and point at the screen. Ah! Tap the bottom of the forefinger. It's okay. If part of me is really holding on to this. I'm still waiting for what? What are you waiting for? Is it an apology? Is it for someone to make amends to you? Is it for permission? Is it for feeling safe? What are you waiting for? Tap the side of the hand. I'm still waiting for what? That's a fun one. Let's say it again. I'm still waiting for... You can even kick your feet on the ground. I'm waiting for... What? Up the side of the head, the back of the head. Tap your eyebrows. I might be waiting for this forever. Tap the temples. It's okay if part of me is waiting. Tap the cheeks. What would it be like to let go of this? Whatever it is that you're waiting for. The need for restitution, the need for an apology, the need for safety. What if you just like, okay, I don't have to feel safe before I can let this go? Do you? Do you have to feel safe, or can you just be like, let's see what happens if I let it go? Knowing that you can always go back to feeling tight and tense and sad and angry and whatever it is, if you want to. What would it be like to let go of what I'm waiting for? Do I really need that before I can move forward? Maybe you do. I'm not saying you don't, but ask yourself, do you really need it? Or do you just think you need it? Up the front of the ribs. I'm allowing myself the possibility of moving forward with or without this. Let's create a possibility of you being able to move forward with or without that thing that you're waiting for. Tapping the side of the ribs and breathing. I'm allowing myself the possibility to move forward with or without this. Tap the side of the crown, allowing myself to relax. Tap the index finger, giving myself permission to what? Tap the middle finger. I'm giving myself permission to say it again. What's the positive affirmation that you're giving yourself permission to have or to be or to feel or to do? At the bottom of the fourth finger. It's safe for me to have or do this now. Can you say that 3 or 4 times? What is this positive sentence? Starts with, it's safe for me to what? At the side of the hand. I'm creating a new pattern for myself, for my family, and for wherever this started. A pattern of ease and naturalness, organic comfort and peace. With the eyebrows. Allowing myself to ease my way through this. Tap the temples. Even though the peace that's still there for me is this, say what that is. Maybe it's a memory, maybe it's a strong feeling, maybe it's a physical sensation. What is the peace that's still there for you? It's holding you back a little bit, or a lot. How can you realize this peace? Say what it is, describe it. Up under your lips, this peace. What is it again? Up the chest. I have so much. What is it? Is it fear? Is it frustration? Is it anger? Is it sadness? Is it judgment? What is the thing that's hanging out with you about this peace? Up the front of the ribs. I'm open to releasing this. So say that thing that you just said. For me, it's judgment. I'm open to releasing this judgment. Say it again, tapping the side of the ribs. I'm open to releasing this. Say it again. Good job. Tap the inside of the wrist. Notice it's lightening up. I'm open to releasing this. Say it again. Tap the side of the thumb so that I can what? What good comes from releasing this? I can feel strong. I can think clear. I can be inspired. I can move at a healthier pace. Tapping middle finger. I'm allowing myself to say the healthy thing again. Tap the bottom of the third finger. And I'm allowing myself to trust the process. Tap the little finger. It's safe for me to trust this process. Tap the side of the hand. I'm creating flow here. And connection. And pleasure. I'm allowing this to be easier and way more fun than I thought it would be. Wow, how could it be fun? I'm creating this to be fun. Okay. So another check-in. Same as before, going into the window, saying what it was at the beginning, where it's landed now, and also type in what's still holding it together for you. Again, for our friends on replay, write it down. What's still holding it together for you? Tap on that while I'm talking to the people who are chatting, and just accept that piece that's still holding it together. It's all we're doing. It's over and over. Just putting acceptance and love and forgiveness into the mix right on top of everything else that's there, and watching it just clear and reorganize our nervous systems as soon as empathy touches it. Jennifer says it's an 8 to a 3.5, trusting that it's safe to fully go for it. Keep breathing and tapping and relaxing towards it. Sails 9 to a 4, okay. So what's still holding it together, Sonya? Anne says regret is still there, so accepting that amount of regret in. And when you feel the regret, you might feel the issue kind of spike because that's how much regret is there. Hang out with the intensity of the regret and watch what happens to the average number. It'll drop it for you. But you've got to really accept it. You can't use EFT to force your regret. You have to just accept the feelings of regret while you tap. Okay. Related thickness in my neck, so just accepting that sensation, Angela. Harry's gone from 8 to a 5. The fear of being clear of the fear. Wow. So fear's been keeping you in check. Okay. Anthony, 8 to a 3, lack of trust. Kylie, giving myself permission to be myself, be thyself. A 6-step feeling around the heart and chest. So hang out, accepting the 6-step feeling. So she would be typing saying, this 6-step feeling, this 6-step feeling, I accept it as it is. Kyle, stubborn, accept your stubbornness, honey, watch what happens. Arrow, down to a 4, fear of success, beautiful. Really big realization. Lindsay, an 8 to a 7, fear and insecurity and self-doubt still there. So just accepting the fear for a few minutes. Okay, Lindsay, move real slowly. And be really gentle. And L, 5 to a 3, considering letting go of things that are not important. Beautiful. Hannah, what's still holding it together is wanting to teach a lesson and being afraid I can't do it myself. Okay, so repeating that sentence and accepting it. Fear that I don't have the time, lack of trust. I'm in an 8 to a 5 to a 3, fear of failure and self-doubt. Fear of failure with Evans down to a 4 from an 8. Mary an 8 to a 6, Maggie 8 to a 3, good. Fear of being happy, limiting beliefs that I can't have it all. Awesome, you guys are having so many powerful realizations tonight. Carolyn a 10 to a 6, relaxing out for the first time in days. Yay, sweetie. I'm so glad to hear that. Miguela, feeling suffocated by lovey-dovey energy from my partner, not free to give and feel my love. So your partners may be afraid that you're not really loving. You might want to do a little surrogate tapping, which is where you imagine your partner and tap for your partner from your partner's point of view. Like, I have to keep telling you I love you because I'm afraid you don't love me and I can't feel your love. So maybe tapping as your partner, imagining that your partner is able to receive and feel your love. Mateo, a 9 to a 6 to a 4. I still put others' needs before mine, perfectionism, and family history. Yes, working it out myself. Celeste, fear of being misdiagnosed. Corral, a 10 to a 4, not listening to my needs. Pleasing others first. Cashmere, a 10 to an 8, overwhelmed and rushed. Sayo, 9 to a 4, feeling hurt by people's opinions and wanting to hold on to that resentment and hurt. Right. To protect your tender heart. Totally get it. Brooke, 10 to a 4, anger. Art, a 4 to a 2, beautiful. Alright, here we go. Massaging the front of the chest. Even though this is still holding it together, say what this is for you. I'm open to loving and respecting myself. Cupping the eyebrows. Even though this is still holding it together. Cup the temples. I'm open to loving and respecting myself. Cup the cheeks. This is still holding it together. Cup under the nose. It's safe for me to accept this part of myself. Ready? Just accept this thought or feeling or fear. Cup the chest. This may be as far as I get in this section. Cup the front of the ribs. It's okay. Even if this is as far as I get. I don't have to rush. Cup the side of the ribs. I don't have to push. Cup the inside of the wrist. I don't have to heal it all in one day. Deep breath. Cup the side of the thumb. I'm learning and evolving. Tap your index finger. I'm growing. Tap the middle finger. I'm having big realizations. Did you have a realization during this session that was pretty major about where all this is coming from and what it's been doing? Tap the bottom of the fourth finger. I'm having realizations and understanding what's been going on inside of me. Tap your little finger. I'm open to forgiving myself for having to learn this way. Tap the side of the hand. I've been struggling and judging and wanting to hold on to this in order to what? Tap the top of the head. And it's okay for now for me just to know that. And this knowledge is empowering. Tap the eyebrows. This knowledge is helping me see and shift as I feel ready. Tap the cheeks. I'm open to the possibility of feeling more and more ready to let this go. Tap into the nose. I need my energy back. Tap under the lips. I'm reclaiming my life force from the habit of what? I'm reclaiming my life force from the habit of, say it again. I'm reclaiming my life force from the habit of, say it again. At the side of the words, reclaiming my life force from the habit of. Even if it's an old family habit, tune in and see if anyone in your family had the same kind of pattern going on, and that you might have modeled yourself accidentally as a child, mimicking the people in your environment. Tap the side of the thumb. This old habit that I picked up from who and where, at what age? Angela says, I'm feeling drunk. Does this mean I'm releasing anger? Yes. It actually means that you're rewiring the neural networks in your brain, and you're going to feel a little stoned for a minute, and then you're going to feel really good and relaxed and clear. So yeah, you're finding the right spaces in your brain, and it's releasing. Tap the bottom of the fourth finger. Even though I've been worried about what? Tap the little finger. I'm allowing myself to heal this. Tap the side of the hand. I'm giving myself the confidence, the permission to be myself, and to clean this up. I don't have to be controlled by this anymore. Tap the side of the head and the back of the head. And tap the eyebrows. It's safe for me to do this. Tap the temples. Reclaiming my energy and healing this for me and who else? Where did you pick this up again? I'm healing it for me and who? Tap the cheeks. And I'm learning to what? What are you learning to do right now? Tapping the nose. I'm learning to be patient and gentle with myself. Tap under the lips. I'm learning to be honest and real with myself. Tap your chest. I'm learning to be loving and supportive to myself. Tap the front of the ribs. I'm learning to be kind to myself. Tap the side of the ribs. It's okay for me to let go of this old conditioning. This helps me and who else? Maybe it's a bunch of people, my whole family. I know it's helping my mom, even though she's passed on. She's relieved that I'm not going to live my whole life under the influence of a certain mindset that she set in motion. I know it's helping my daughter recover from the part of my mother I passed on to her. And tap the side of your hand. It's okay for me to release this. Tap the index finger. And to clear this for the whole lineage. Tap the middle finger. I'm getting my energy back. Tap the bottom of the fourth finger. And releasing any remaining tension or fear that I've been holding there. And tap your middle finger. I've been really longing for what? What is it that you've been needing in regards to this issue? Tap the side of your hand. I'm giving myself this now. So can you give yourself that for a second? Maybe it's some acknowledgement, maybe it's some honoring of your own needs, maybe it's some deep compassion, maybe it's self-validation. Maybe you need to validate yourself instead of looking for that validation from someone else to tell you what's normal and what's right and what's okay. And you're like, you know what, I decide that for me. We're doing it! Here we go, tap the top of your head. I'm giving myself this now. Say it again. What are you giving yourself? It's safe for me to receive this. Now I want you to receive from yourself what you just gave yourself. Ready? That feels good. Up the eyebrows. I'm receiving this from myself. We kind of skipped around, didn't we? Tap the temples again, on the cheeks. I'm receiving this. Receive it again. Next big breath. Take it in. Tap into the nose. Take it where you need it the most, i.e. the part that's resisting the most or has been stuck the longest is the place that you need it the most. Maybe that's in your mind. Maybe that's in your body. Maybe that's in the energy around your body. So giving yourself again what you've been needing and take it where you need it the most. I'm allowing myself to relax. Even if I have to say the opposite for a few minutes before I can relax, I can go back and forth. But eventually I'm coming back to this place of peace. Okay? Let's have another check-in. Let me know how you're doing with this. So tuning in again to your issue. What was it at the beginning? Where is it now? What's lingering there for you? Looking for other aspects, memories, feelings, thoughts. And tapping on your chest when you're done chatting in. Jennifer says, an 8-3 sadness about being held back for so many generations. Yeah. Angela, 7-6, twitchy, drunk, swearing words coming out. Oh, honey, you are going through it. You're moving a lot, which is awesome. I hope that you do some replay videos this week and stay with this for a little while. You're going to be a different critter after a couple more weeks of tapping, I promise you. But yeah, what you're experiencing can be true for people who are just starting. Because you're detoxing your nervous system and it's coming out. You're doing great. Hang in there. You're going to be fine. Carolyn, a 10 to a 3. Beautiful. Wow, you're feeling so much better. Kyle, a 7 to a 5. Save space to let this go. Beautiful. Haral, a 10 to a 3. Letting go slowly. I would say it's actually quite quick, honey. L, a 5 to a 2. Still unsure of how I will be able to accomplish what I want. That's okay. Just accept that you don't know yet, and that it's okay not to know. Lindsay down to a 5, feeling woozy but good and giving myself kindness and strength and patience. Awesome. And an 8 to a 2, some sadness still there. Beautiful. Aaron, 8 to a 5, cloudy feeling in my stomach. Maggie, 8 to a 3, expecting particular results from my vulnerability being attached to the outcome. Great. You guys are doing it. Art, I'm at my boyfriend's house tapping with headphones next to his 2 roommates who are all playing hello, laughing, what's normal if someone sees you tap Is there a chance to explain and share what tapping is to meet the magic tool for self-love and healing and growth? I feel weird. I don't have direct access to a secret tool of empowerment. Yeah, there's some videos in the membership area if they're interested. Otherwise, tap in private or just say, you know, this is secret magic powers, and when you want to do it with me. Take out the headphones and do a replay video with them and show them what it's like. They won't be laughing for long. But they have to be ready. Let's see. Kashmir is down, dropping to a 7, meaning support. Awesome. Art's down from a 2 to a 1. Look at you go. Emily, 9 to a 7. Don't know anymore. It looked like I changed the subject again. It will change a little bit, Emily. Follow it. It's okay. And it's okay for you not to know right now. You've moved a lot. Hannah, a 7 to a 1. Still having some doubt around not having the thing I need to give myself. For example, masculine energy. If anyone has tips on how to give this to yourself as a woman, I'd love to hear. I have tips. Tune in and develop your inner champion. What would your inner, most kick-ass, beautiful hero self as a man be? Feel that in your body. A woman has as much of that as a man has as much feminine as a woman. You just have to tune in and feel it and be your own inner champion. Feel that energy inside your body. Develop it. And as you develop it and trust it, you'll be able to attract it and trust it when it comes in from the outside. Kylie, 7 to a 4, smiles. Brooks, 10 to a 3, afraid of being judged by family and friends. Kirsten, a little resisting still, down to a 4. Isabella, an 8 to a 4, great. Diana, 8 to a 2, until I see that I can start making changes, maybe not sure if I'm really getting to the bottom of the issue, I think. We'll see. You've loosened up things for sure. Evan, an 8 to a 4, feeling some tension in my stomach, but much better than before. Mary, a 9 to a 6, knowing I'll feel really good after this too, loosening things up, seeing how it all fits together. Miguela, a 6 to a 1, boundaries, realizing I'm not a victim anymore. Boom! Harry, 8 to a 4, much more relaxed. Ready? We've got just a couple of minutes, okay? Anthony, down to a 2, feeling tired. Good job. Here we go. Even though there's this little piece of what left. Say exactly what it is for you. I love and respect myself. Like the eyebrows. This little piece. Say it again. Tuck the temples. I accept this remaining and say what it is. At the cheeks. I accept this remaining. Up under the nose. This remaining. Say it again. Up under the lips. It's okay. Even with this remaining. And up the chest. Just accept whatever's there. Up the front of the ribs. I'm open to releasing this. Up the side of the ribs, and it's okay if it takes a little more time. I understand where it is, and basically what it's about. And I'm open to feeling safer and safer to make some new agreements with myself. Some kinder agreements with myself. Up the side of the thigh. To move at a pace that feels stable and natural. Have the index finger. I can do this. The middle finger. I am doing this. At the bottom of the fourth finger. This is happening. Tap your little finger. It's safe now. I'm growing. The side of the hand. I'm healing. Up the top of my head. I'm reforming myself from the inside. Up the eyebrows. Now I want you to imagine, as you tap the temples, what it would be like for this issue to completely dissolve and resolve. What would your life feel like? What would it look like? What would your body feel like sitting here with me right now if this issue were no longer an issue for you? How would you be sitting? Or standing or lying, whatever you're doing right now. How would you be physically if this issue were to be completely healed? Like your chest. I'm allowing myself this possibility. Tap the front of the ribs. I'm allowing myself this new possibility. Feel it again in your body. What would it feel like again? And tap the side of your ribs. Get used to that feeling. Keep tapping the side of your ribs. What would it feel like again in your body for this to be completely healed? Oh, wow. With the inside of the wrists, I'm allowing myself to feel this good. At the side of the thumb, I'm allowing my body to feel safe feeling this good. Tap your index finger. It's safe for me to feel this good and this aligned. I'm allowing myself to relax into this new feeling. It's safe for me to do this. And so we're just getting your nervous system to feel this and to normalize this experience, because if it feels normal, it can be your new baseline. The side of the hand, tap all over your body. Tell yourself some really loving and supportive sentences. What would you say to yourself if you were your best friend? And we really wanted to encourage you to keep going. What would you say to yourself right now? Good job. Just relax and let yourself integrate. I'm really proud of you. You've done really well. This was a big one. It took a lot. You went really deep. You went really far. Just relax and be sweet to yourself. And remember that these circles are all recorded and they're uploaded. And by Tuesday night, they are in your video library. And your video library is found at worldtappingcircle.com. You log into the members area with your username and password. And every circle I've ever broadcast is waiting there for you. They're all filed under subject. All you have to do is click and hit play. You can always skip through the little intro, which is the first 10 or 15 minutes until you see the core causes screen share. Do the core causes. You can actually download the core causes from my website, sonyasophia.us, the drop-down World Tapping Circle, and print them up and have them sitting there if you want to really go after your stuff. For those of you who want to, those of you who want to, oh, I got distracted by the chat for a second, I'm sorry. I was like, eh. Oh yeah, those of you on the free month, really go after your stuff. You have some of the best therapeutic help in the world right now. And you can use the live circles, but you can also use the replay videos and really change your life and transition from one way of being to a completely different way of being for absolutely free for a month. It's just our gift to help you and help the world. So we really want you to take advantage of it and to go for it, because your change affects all of us and we're all a piece of the solution. And it's my firm, clear knowledge that as we transform on the inside, everything that we create, everything that we agree to, it all changes out here. We become powerful voices for change in the world because we're empowered on the inside. So this is how we're going to change the world together. Please bring your friends. Have a tapping party. Put me on the screen. Bring them over. Say, hey, we're going to do the weird fun thing. Check it out. We're all going to get super high from tapping. Okay? I love you. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for being a part of the circle and for being here with us. It encourages us to see you show up because we're going to be here and it's way more fun when you're here with us. Practitioners, you want to turn on your mics and wave good night? We love you so much.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone. Thanks for being here.
Good night, everybody.
We love you. Thank you for showing up.